debunk common misconceptions regarding farmers. We took the time to interview Cassie's dad, Dennis Burkle, a second-generation dairy farmer, to ask about his opinions on the few myths we'll talk about in this video.
What are your thoughts about the myth that farmers wreck the environment?
I don't think we wreck the environment. For the amount of people we feed on the acres we feed them, I think we're using it really efficiently. And what I was told, statistics are we only contribute less than 5% to the greenhouse gases. And the amount of people we feed, I think that's pretty good.
Like Dennis said, farmers take care of their lands with the rotation of crops. This helps fix nitrogen back into the soil and prevent another dust bowl with legumes, which are a type of grass plant with lots of roots. Farmers also perform no-till planting, which is a method where instead of cultivating a field in the spring, the planter is the only equipment in the field. This way we have less tractors in the field and less soil erosion from tilling.
And according to the Land Stewardship Project, more nitrogen means less carbon in the soil, which reduces biological activity. Therefore, the more carbon that stays in our soils, the fewer greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. What are your thoughts on climate change, and how are farmers trying to combat greenhouse gas emissions?
Well, obviously the climate's going to change regardless of what we do. It's been changing for millions of years. So, by us using less gallons per acre to get the same job done, and the more efficient tractors, more efficient tillage practices, more efficient way we raise our livestock, and just the efficiency alone should help combat climate change.
On our farm, we use diesel exhaust fluid, DEF for short, in our tractors to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Discover DEF and John Deere say that diesel exhaust fluid is a non-hazardous solution containing 32.5% DEF-grade urea and 67.5% deionized or demineralized water, which provides the lowest freeze point possible.
And John Deere also states that DEF is used in a selective catalytic reduction, or SCR system, to remove nitrogen oxides, aka NOx, from engine exhaust. The NOx in the exhaust stream would then be converted into harmless nitrogen and water through a chemical reaction.
Do you think that eating beef is why greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere has increased dramatically in the past 100 years? In other words, do you think that cattle is a climate change catastrophe?
Yeah, nothing to do with eating beef. There was a lot more buffalo running around here 250 years ago than we have beef on feed right now. So that's just a myth. The greenhouse gases are from production of carbon dioxide, which any internal combustion engine produces carbon dioxide. And by me growing my crops consume carbon dioxide and emit oxygen. So, if anything, I'm improving the greenhouse gas just by growing the crops.
Let's first talk about cattle. They are ruminants, which according to the Land Stewardship Project have a complex digestive system and are capable of turning forages and grain into meat and milk. 86% of the food that livestock consume is not digestible by humans. Looking at this diagram, they consist of grass, crop residues, and byproducts made from things like oils and ethanol production.
Along with the information given by the Sacred Cow, here's a passage from the Land Stewardship Project. The Journal of Soil and Water Conservation editorial was authored by researchers from the USDA and institutions like Iowa State University. Their summary shows that it all comes down to how we treat the soil. Our soil alone holds 3 times the amount of carbon dioxide currently in the atmosphere. A common misconception is that farmers are uneducated about the effects of emissions on the environment. What are your thoughts on this?
Farmers are not uneducated about anything. This day and age, if you're not an educated farmer and know what the hell you're doing, you're probably not going to be making it. So we're very aware of what's going on in the environment, and we're very aware of taking the necessary steps to improve the environment.
In fact, farmers are aware of what's currently happening with our environment. and they are implementing new farming techniques to greater reduce agriculture's carbon footprint on the world.
According to an article by David Perry, the average farmer in the United States today makes less than $40 per acre. But for only $15 to $20 per ton of carbon, we can create an incentive program that can help farmers change their practices without breaking the bank. An acre of soil can store 2 to 3 tons of carbon per year. That means an additional $30 to $60 per acre of bottom line profit for the farmer.
In reality, farmers are working hard towards building a better tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today with Dennis Burkle. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Shantice, and we'll see you next time.